Hello there. Hello. My name is Julio, Mr. Julio as the kids call me. I just want to give you an overview of what we're doing in regards to children's well-being. Well-being has many factors attached to that idea, but at our school in particular, we're instituted or we're teaching our kids how thinking, feeling, and behaviour are interconnected. Um, it's a counselling-based program. It's called the Success Helper program. There are 6 success helpers that we teach our children. These 6 success helper competencies, we call them, or behaviours, or capabilities. These are the things that research says helps people to be happy and successful. And of course, this is always a process. We can't be happy all the time, and to be content or satisfied. But what we want to do is to help children understand that a lot of how they feel in certain situations, especially in difficult situations, how that's linked to how they view the world and view themselves. So a success helper attitude or belief, for instance, is one which says, I'm okay no matter what. That means if someone has an opinion about them, they are not another person's opinion of them, good or bad. They're always worthwhile. Or if they don't do so well at something, or even if they do extremely well at something, they are not their behaviour. So we teach children that what I think about you may be important, but what you think about you is much more important. So that's what our Red Success Helper is all about. The mindset is, I'm okay no matter what. I might make a mistake. I might have things that are not too good about me, but I can work on. But you can never take away my value. That's what I have. I have worth, and no one can take that away from me. So the Red Success Helper is a pretty important capability to develop an attitude. When we think like that, we generally make better choices of behaviour, and we don't feel so bad. Unfortunately, some people have constructed or they built this idea about themselves, which we call success stopper. Success stopper thinking is, I really need you to like me, otherwise I'm no good, or I must get 10 out of 10 from the spelling, and if I don't, it means I'm dumb. Or kids might, or people might not try things because they've already decided that they can't do it. So this kind of headset or fixed mindset or irrational mindset or success stopper mindset is something that we teach children, not just in a lesson somewhere in the curriculum. We teach this across all curriculum areas, across all year levels. So that's our Red Success Helper. The Purple Success Helper is very important too, because it helps children understand that if we think that something is worse than it actually is, we can make ourselves feel pretty bad. And so it's about helping children put into perspective how bad a situation may be. And we do that by telling them or asking them, is this the worst thing that can happen? Are there, other things worse than this? I mean, this is bad. It's a bit of a pain, but it's not the worst thing that can happen. So we remind children about that, and we help them to understand that if they can learn to put things into perspective, they can help themselves feel better. So it's very important to acquaint children with how their attitude, thinking, assessment, perception of events, that really does impact on how they feel and how they behave. So when we look at green success helper capability, that's about setting ourselves goals, realistic goals. What do I want to achieve, and how am I going to get there, and who do I need to help me? But always reminding children that it's largely up to them as to how well they may or may not do. But it's okay to ask for help. Very important. That's a success helper capability. That's the third one. Another one that we teach the children is the yellow success helper capability, and that kind of relates to the red success helper capability. The red success helper capability says, I'm okay no matter what. I might stuff up sometimes, but you know what? I can try and be better next time, but I'm always okay. This is true of other people too. So our yellow success helper, through that we teach our children that, look, other people make mistakes too, but they're not their mistakes. They may stuff up at something, but they're always worthwhile. So we teach them that, and that's called acceptance of others. So red is accepting, I accept myself, and yellow is I accept others. Now if you put yellow and red together, what do you get? You get orange. Now orange is one of our 6 success helpers, which means we're okay. And it also, coincidentally, is the colour of peace. So it's useful for children to understand that the orange represents a belief or an attitude that I'm okay and you're okay, no matter what. Because we're human beings, we're here, we exist, we're worthwhile. Now, what else have I not covered? Yes, blue success helper. Blue success helper means adopting or developing an attitude of, this is tough, but you know what? If I hang in there, there's a fair chance that I might get to where I need to go. And if I don't, well, I'll know that I've put in a lot of effort, and at this point in time, I'm not, I may or may not achieve what I set out to achieve. I can get help. But it's also optimism too. It's believing that one day I'll get this. When I think back over my time, one of the things was long multiplication. I learned how to do it, and I did well. But if you were to ask me what I was doing, I would struggle to be able to explain that. But so in time, we all get to where we need to be. But it's the belief that we can that's most important, and that's optimism. And we teach that through our 6 success helper capabilities. Now, I don't know if I've covered them all, maybe not, but ask children, because they know all about it. And of course we have different ways of expressing the success helpers depending on whether your child is in junior primary or primary. In junior primary we talk about the red success helper as being I'm worthwhile crocodile, the blue success helper is give it a try banana pie. The green success helper in junior primary is I'm ready with my teddy, The yellow success helper is I can cooperate, g'day mate. And our purple success helper, which is learning how to manage our emotions, especially when going gets tough, we call that I can keep coolio at schoolio, And our red and yellow put together, it's our orange success helper capability, and that is, we say that's we're okay, we're all okay, hey. So ask your kids about the success helper capabilities. But in adult speak, when we talk about success helper capabilities, we're talking about healthy choices, healthy emotions, but a healthy, rational mindset. When we talk about success stopper, behaviors, choices, and thinking, we're talking about irrational thinking. It's irrational to think at any time that we're dumb and stupid, and what's the point? It's irrational. There's no evidence to suggest that needs to be true. The only thing is we need to convince ourselves that it's not true. So day in, day out, we relay this message to our children. And one key method or strategy to teach these 6 capabilities is to provide our children with what I call behavior-specific feedback. Now, the feedback we give to children can be behavior-specific. In other words, you're just addressing their behavior, but you're not addressing the person. And an example might be, you didn't do that too well. You're not really putting in the effort. What can we do to make things better? There's a difference between that, which is behavior, what are you doing, and you're lazy. If you say you're lazy, you're saying your total being as a person is lazy. That's not helpful. There's lots of things that we do and say, lots of things that we say to children that we unintentionally convey unhealthy and unhelpful meanings. So it's always better to address behavior, never address the person. Okay, so you can look that up. I've written a couple of programs that describe this and suggest ways in which to teach it. If you want a copy, you're welcome to have one. And one of them is called Have a Go Spaghettio. That's early childhood orientated. The other one is People and Emotions, which is for primary years. So if there's anybody, if you want one, just let the school know and we'll put one together for you. I think it's very important that it's amazing, just one little thing about differentiating between behavior and person, and tailoring our feedback so that kids know that you're talking about what I do, not who I am. Very important. So well-being at our school, teaching well-being and your children's well-being is uppermost in our minds, in how we think and how we plan and what we do. We don't just teach a lesson on well-being. It's really kind of threaded throughout what we do. It's embedded in our practice. It's part of the culture of our school. And we've been doing this now since 2015, I think, or 2014. And leadership here has always put a premium on student well-being, as well as academic achievement and learning and all those aspects of academia. But we've acknowledged a while ago that social, emotional, behavioural well-being are just as important. In fact, it value adds to the ability of children to be able to learn, and that's what we're on about at our school. Children respond very well to it. Teachers continuously being we have professional learning continuously. We also provide professional learning to other schools through we have a program that we run, and that's for other teachers to come to our school to learn about what we're doing. So what we're doing is very, very important in that sense. So I just want to say, wish you well in your this whole new world that we're living in. Children are being around and more often, less at school. Hopefully we'll have them back to school soon. But rest assured that your children's well-being is extremely important in terms of what we do as a school, and we welcome your input and any questions that you might have. And if you do want one of those programs, please don't hesitate to contact the school. Thank you.